I'm not doing it this time. Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is our first episode of 2026. Happy New Year. And welcome to 2026, the year Hollywood decided originality was optional. As we ring in the new year, we thought there was no better way to start than by taking a look at what's actually coming to theaters. And surprise, it's sequels. Lots of them. 27 to be exact. Today, we're breaking down every major sequel scheduled for 2026, what they're continuing, why they exist, and whether any of them actually deserve to. Some of these could be great, some feel aggressively unnecessary, and a few exist purely because a previous movie once made money during a different administration. So settle in, grab whatever helps you process nostalgia fatigue, and let's welcome the new year the only way Hollywood knows how, by doing it all over again. So with that, we start with, I don't know, maybe you guys can drum up a little bit more excitement than me, but our first one on the list is Tron Ares.
I could have swore this one.
Well, it came out right. Man, come on. Doug, what are you doing?
Gergader.
The GE
To have Jared Leto
is a bold choice.
is a bold choice to revamp a
Before we get
dying
into the movie,
franchise.
I hate that guy. Absolute devil human. Spawn of Satan cultist. Horrible human.
Love you saying that. If you were to read the book, The Secrets of Silicon Valley, and what is it? There's another one. Nope, can't.
All right.
It's a book by David McGowan. Anyway, he lives in this cabin in Hollywood that's at the top of the mountain, and it's got tunnels that go to like all of Hollywood. He's the owner of the house now.
That's even more fun.
It's gone through a lot of creepy hands. You should look into it. Laurel Valley. Nope, now I got to look it up. Sorry. This shouldn't be in this.
There's nothing really to say about this movie. I know we're going to get into it more, but like, who cares?
Come on now. This is it. Weird scenes inside the canyon. It's about Hollywood. You got Laurel Canyon. Thank you. Jeez. Man, that was going to break me. All right. You know what? We'll have a whole conversation about that because that's how unexciting this movie is going to be. Far from exciting. And you know what's funny is you could tell, and they've put a ton of money into this.
This apparently is a passion project for Jared Leto.
Seriously?
I'm not even joking. I've looked into this a little bit. Apparently he's wanted to make a Tron movie for like over a decade. I have no idea why.
That is marketing. That's not real.
Such a bizarre. No.
You believe this?
Yes, I do, because he's weird. He's weird. He'd be weird enough to think I can make Tron cool. Tron's not cool.
I mean, what was it? Henry Cavill's doing a 40K television series because he's a fan of that like game and everything. So it's like sometimes these celebrities, man, they have a passion project they want to do.
Warhammer. That's got a huge fan base. Who likes Tron?
Tron had a pretty big base
in what,
back
the
in
80s?
Yeah.
So Tron is one of those franchises Hollywood refuses to let die. Even though nobody can quite explain who it's for, the original 1982 film was groundbreaking visually and confusing narratively. And the 2010 sequel, Tron Legacy, became more famous for Daft Punk's soundtrack than the movie itself.
That was pretty good.
That was good.
Bad.
I agree. Tron Ares flips the premise by bringing a digital program into the real world, which is Hollywood speak for we ran out of ideas inside the computer, so we're just going to try it again. Jared Leto stars, which immediately sparked debate online. Some people are excited for the intensity. Others feel like he could do as he's done with other large IPs, and bury this franchise for good. Disney has been trying to make Tron happen for over a decade because the branding is clean, futuristic, and merch-friendly. But similarly, like their inability to keep their most expensive ride operating at their park, Tron Light Cycle Run, which cost them hundreds of millions of dollars, and it's almost always broken down.
Why not?
And it's the perfect metaphor for the franchise as a whole. The overly exhaustive efforts to retain people's attention, and the product is not satisfying. The question isn't whether this movie will look incredible. It will. It's whether anyone emotionally cares once they realize it's just neon lights. And so I wanted to jump into that because you guys are asking, they've put hundreds of millions of dollars into an amusement park ride that we can't even get ass in seats.
I'm curious how much money they actually put into this movie, because knowing how his last one, Morbius, it's Morbin time, went. This is going to be such a great disaster. I hope they meme it so bad when it.
I remember
flopped so
seeing
hard.
the Tron Legacy movie. when it
180
came
to
out.
220 million.
That's actually not as bad as I thought. That's actually not as bad as I thought. I thought it was going to be upwards of 280. To
And let's be
320.
real. Neon lights, easy transition to international markets, clean, easy transitional marketing or branding type of story. This will easily bring in $1 billion.
No, I don't think it will. I really
you
don't.
You really don't.
No, absolutely not. I really. Who's going to see this?
China?
They're strictly hoping the international market saves this movie.
And it will.
I'm not sure.
I'm seeing
not
what they
sure.
spent on it. I think they could easily
Because I
deliver
think the
on a
Jared
profit.
Leto, again, the Morbius movie, it just backfired so
But
bad.
okay, it did. But can we
That's a
agree
no one,
that's
though.
less Jared Leto and more a deflated story?
I think it was a mix of both. I think the there is a weird Jared Leto fatigue in Hollywood outside of his cultist
and
thing.
I'm not
I
going to
think-
deny that.
I'm not sure. I'm curious to see how this movie does. It'll critically do in terms of reviews. They'll say probably it sucks, but they're hoping the Chinese save it. This is strictly like, I can't imagine people in this country are really going to clamor to see it unless you're a Jared Leto cultist. And if you are, please seek help. Please seek all the help. All the help you
Well,
can. Read
I
a
think
Bible.
it plays in their advantage that this is going to be a movie that quickly transitions to a streaming platform. And
I'm surprised it's actually not going straight to streaming.
well, because they want to try to push IMAX. And one thing that I've learned is you can't go for some certain awards if they don't at least go to some theaters. So that's why, like, exactly, for a certain amount of dude, it could be a week.
I think it's 17 days, actually. I think
I
17
would
days
buy
is the amount of time it has to be in theaters for it to be up for awards.
So here's the deal. It's vanilla. It'll deliver on what it's looking for, but this isn't one I'm jumping at. Doug, do you have any final thoughts on it?
I think China's definitely going to be the one to save it. I think they'll
Yeah.
make over their budget, but I wouldn't expect them to like significantly break.
Yeah, I guess if I were to walk it back, I'd say maybe 600 million. Like I could see they're going to make probably 60%.
I wish I was as optimistic as you guys. I hope this thing breaks even, just for the sake of knowing some idiot decided to put 180 to 200 million dollars in this movie.
Listen, I'm not denying. I totally agree. And the quality of movie you're going to get, that's what it deserves. But because you and I have taste doesn't change from the fact that people are going to give this
Can I
thing
ask a
attention.
question? What is appealing about Jared Leto in movies? In the last decade, he's been in one movie.
I don't think
actually
that's
enjoyed
it.
him in.
I don't think what's going to put people in when I make the claim that I think this can make 60% back. I don't think that 60% is Jared Leto.
You think it's the IP?
I
You
think it's the IP.
Okay, that's fair. I'll
And
give you that.
I think Tron's going to deliver on that every time. They were able to make that tenfold when the technology to do so early on when they rebranded Tron. It was terrible compared to what they're going to do now.
Yeah, at least the Tron Legacy, it had the Daft Punk sequel, and it had been 30 years since the last one had been made. So for us, it was like, all right, sure, it's our generation's Tron. And it was pretty good. You know, he brought back Jeff Bridges. He was still in the game. You know, it was kind of fun. The music was cool. The story is, I forget, but things happened in the movie.
Yes.
So,
Right. All right. So get to another, because that's how the year's starting off. and
it's
you'll
so
see it.
bad. Not
The
to cut
year-
you off again real quick. I did not realize this comes out now. I had no idea it came out now.
So, getting on to another one that's kind of just, it's kind of just how the year's starting off, it seems. One that I didn't even know the original came out, let alone that there's a sequel to, Greenland 2. Migration.
Nice.
And this one also comes out in January. That one's right now as well. Yes, this is the sequel to the Gerard Butler Comet movie you never watched on one of your many streaming services. The first Greenland quietly did very well because it leaned less on explosions and more on divorced dad emotional empathy.
Nice.
Migration picks up after humanity survives, which raises the immediate question, if the world already ended, what's left to blow up?
More.
Yes, always.
Always more.
The answer appears to be people, governments, and whatever society looks like after catastrophe. A genre Hollywood loves because it's disaster adjacent, but cheaper. Gerard Butler returning is key because without him, this becomes a very intense Discovery Channel reenactment.
That's sick. that I would actually sign up for that.
Yeah,
A true
sure.
Discovery reenactment. That'd be cool.
This sequel exists because audiences prove they'll watch grounded apocalypse movies as long as they feel plausible and preferably star someone who always looks slightly stressed.
Yeah, that's fine. You picked the perfect guy for it.
Yeah, I nailed it.
Everybody loves Gerard Butler.
Yes.
He's a hard guy not to like.
Well, and let's be real. I went and saw a movie this past weekend. You've seen Marty Supreme.
Uh-huh.
There really isn't a lot in theaters that excites me. You know, and there's generic ones that if it's the IP that drives you there, but people are just looking for an excuse to go see a movie. I think this is one that kind of satisfies that.
Well, it's that part of the year in the movie releasing schedule where all your crappy movies come out at this time.
Yeah.
Because the summer blockbusters have not hit yet. Clearly, with Greenland 2 Migration. But go see it. You know, there's a reason they call them summer blockbusters, and this one's coming out in January. I like Gerard Butler. And just about every crappy movie he's in, like White House Down 2 or whatever, son of a bitch, I like him. I like that Gerard Butler. He's got some charisma. It's the complete opposite of Tron Ares with Jared Leto, who has zero charisma and somehow won an Academy Award one time.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I don't think the people are picking him. I think Hollywood's picking him. You gotta be.
And the funny part is people are going to see this movie for Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
That's why I'd watch it. I'd be like, Gerard Butler. I didn't even
Sure.
see the first one. I'm sure something happened.
I think something happened in Greenland.
Literally, I'm looking at the poster. More stuff's falling out of the sky. I imagine that's what the first one did. You know, without even seeing it. But it's got Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
It made me go
And
watch
guess
the
what?
first one.
I'll figure it out.
Why
let's,
not? Hey,
let's get it going.
it's
I'll figure
January.
it out
Shut
while
your
I'm
brain
watching.
off. Enjoy the movie. Eat that popcorn slop. Person next to you is crunching on whatever, and you could hear it half the movie. Who cares? It's January.
It's January. All right, now on to another one. This one seems probably a little bit more crowd pleasing, a little bit more exciting. We're going to be looking at 28 years later, The Bone Temple. This one,
This was really quietly announced.
right?
Funny enough, because the one before it was not quietly announced.
I think
It was
this
like a
one's
big thing.
bound to be dominating January a little
Mhm.
bit more. This one's going to probably take the most excitement. The 28 Days Later franchise is back, continuing its tradition of waiting just long enough between films that society forgets how zombies work again. The sequel leans harder into mythology, suggesting the infection has evolved into something more organized, which is either fascinating world building or a sign they're running out of rage virus ideas. Danny Boyle's involvement gives fans hope this won't just be another cash-in, because this series has always been more about social collapse than just jump scares. If it's zombies, yes, but British zombies, which means despair, silence, and existential dread. Horror fans are cautiously optimistic, though anytime a franchise starts naming things like the Bone Temple, it feels one step away from becoming lore heavy in the worst way. But Voldemort's in it, and I think he looks great.
You know, I didn't see the last one that came out 28 years later. Unfortunately, I do want to revisit that. 28 days later, amazing. 28 weeks later, even more amazing. And I heard 28 years later is really good. So I am optimistic that this will probably be pretty good. I think this Danny Boyle has really thought out what he wants to do. They've already announced the third one. So like this is already getting a trilogy. So there will be a third one probably in 12 months from now, because that's already begun filming. They're bringing back Cillian Murphy for that one. And for if you didn't know, Cillian Murphy was in 28 Days and 28 Weeks Later.
Yes.
So he is a mainstay. It was interesting that he didn't show up in the last one. So I figured at some point he'd show up. So for him to come back in the third, It does feel like this will be a trilogy that is planned out. Whether it's good or not remains to be seen. I'm optimistic for this one. This is a
I am
good
too.
January release.
Well, and you know what? I never really got into the franchise, but the way they have been able to positively evolve the newer iterations.
It is an interesting take on the
It's-
zombie genre.
Right,
It is.
yes.
And that's the big key for it. So if you were to consider going back, unfortunately, one of what sucks about 28 weeks and 28 days later, unbelievably hard to find on streaming services.
Really?
You can't stream it. Like, you'd have to buy it, but I don't even think it's really available on Amazon. Like, it's a very, whoever owns that title right now,
It's on AMC Plus, which is like a separate thing from Amazon and all that.
Like, it is not an easy, and they just recently got that, because for the longest time, when 28 years later, I wanted to rewatch them because it had been years. I could not find it for the life of me. It was
28
very
weeks
big.
later is on Hulu and Disney Plus, though.
That sounds about right.
That sounds about right.
That sounds about right.
So yeah, I think this is one that we can actually get excited for with the month of January.
It's original enough, even for it being a sequel.
Right.
It's a new take on it.
Well, so here comes the next one. Silent Hill.
Cool.
Really, it's return to Silent Hill. This one's, I think, our last one of January.
Didn't even know this was a thing.
Silent Hill is back again, continuing Hollywood's long experiment of adapting video games while only occasionally understanding why people like them. This film is more closely tied to Silent Hill 2, which fans consider sacred ground, meaning expectations are high and patience is low. The franchise's strength has always been atmosphere, fog, guilt, psychological horror, not jump scares. The concern is whether the movie leans into that or just throws more nurses and barbed wire at the screen. Video game adaptations are finally getting respect thanks to recent hits, but Silent Hill lives or dies on tone. If this nails the dread, fans will celebrate. If not, they'll immediately demand a reboot again.
Yeah, this one's going to be an absolute train wreck, I feel like.
I got a hunch.
The instant they said it's going to be like Silent Hill 2, which is a fantastic game, by the way. It is a creepy game, by the way. It's going to be a disaster. These
Why?
It is the definition of a psychological horror, completely atmospheric. How you described it, I just don't know.
How it
You would
transfers into
need
a
to
film.
have the correct director handle that film. And for a studio, which I'm assuming a studio is pushing this because it's a video game adaptation, they will want to have some insight into it. I just can't imagine it's going to go well. I hope it does, because Silent Hill 2 is a great game, but it's one of those.
So is it what makes it great, like the anticipation, like the fear of the unknowing? Like, I'm assuming you're creeping through foggy, it's the tension of
It's more psychological. It's more
how, like,
so. For instance, the creatures in the game are built around your own insecurities and fears in the way in which they're kind of presented. And then you get stalked by Pyramid Head, who's literally this looming figure that has a giant machete, like a comically large machete, and his head's just this giant triangle. And it's more about your own self-doubt, your own depressive thoughts, literally stalking you. Like, he's literally a character in the game that you do not kill, you just run away from, because it's literally your own psyche chasing you and into a corner, basically causing you to confront things. Remember how, like, the first Saw was kind of more psychological than what it ended up becoming, more of like the gore aspect
right? But
to it.
for that was like, it was twists on
But
like,
this doesn't have the twist aspect. This is
right. So
simply
what
just
makes that psychological?
you meet characters in the game that they have in their own ways, kind of their own mental illness. And then there are creatures in the game that kind of mimic what that is. And it just sort of, it's a completely claustrophobic game, because the way the character is made, he's not like your typical hero. They treat him as like this every guy in this situation he didn't intend to be in. So the premise of the story is, I forget the name of the guy, but he gets a letter from his deceased wife of 2-3 years, and he's depressed. And the wife is saying, come see me in this town, which he thinks is a joke. And then he goes to the town, and then the town is covered in fog, kind of like the movie The Fog. So it's like hard to see. And then it kind of plays on the trope of, is she actually there? or is this a place where he's slowly losing his mind? There's many alternate endings to the game based on the choices you make during the game. And what made this game so great is it came out in like the early 2000s or late 90s. Like it was something very revolutionary to where it is complete sacred ground to the Silent Hill franchise.
Oh,
Like it really.
so the stakes are high.
Oh no, the stakes couldn't be higher. So for them to say Return to Silent Hill and it's based off Silent Hill 2, again, a director like Kubrick would do great for this.
Right.
Like The Shining. It's something like that. Like it's kind of like, no, there's no jump scares, but it's just this weird foreboding thing constantly throughout it. And again, you're an everyday guy. It'd be like you and I going into a town and then all these psychological things start happening. Psychological and supernatural things start happening to where you can't make heads or tails of what if you're losing your mind or if it's actually happening.
Okay.
That's the premise of it. No jump scares. There's like no jump scares in the game. But the things that scare the ever living hell out of you is that it's like, this feels real. This feels like actually real. It's a game you play, and when you put that on the controller, you yourself are kind of freaked out.
Well, and I would imagine the thing that makes it feel real is that you are the actor. Like
Yes.
you have to get yourself out of this situation.
James Sutherland, that's the guy's name.
And the difficulty is that's not easy to recreate as a viewer. Just like I'm just experiencing rather than like you're trying to solve a puzzle to get out of that fog and deal with like the disassociation of the game.
Right.
You watching a character that is like a scripted character try to solve that disassociation, that's nowhere near as entertaining as like physically doing it. And I think that's going to be something that's hard to transfer that feeling without trying to maximize on jump scares and everything else.
And that's the issue. I don't see them hiring a director that would be given that free reign to kind of experiment with that. This would be a completely like experimental film. This would almost be like a passion project thing for a director. And
director is Masashi Tsubayama.
A Japanese person did make Silent Hill, so that gives me a little bit more hope.
You got hope.
But it's the smallest hope because it's going to have unbelievable expectations. They shouldn't have said that. They shouldn't have said like, so it's the sequel to the first one, even if the first one sucked, and just let it be like that. Just for the fans to realize, be like, that really felt like Silent Hill 2. That would have been better for them, rather than be like, oh, it's like Silent Hill 2.
And then it's like,
that
is. Yeah, you're right.
Hey, this movie's like The Empire Strikes Back. Is it?
Right.
Is it?
So I think expectations are high. We'll be curious to see if they deliver on it. Now, here's one that I'll be curious to see where they take the direction. We're going to be talking about The Strangers, Chapter 3.
I appreciate them just calling it Chapter 3 and not giving it some stupid name.
Well, and to think we've made it this far. We're
I
at a third
appreciate
iteration.
we need to bring back sequels with just numbers behind them.
I agree. So getting to February now. We got a long way to go, so we got to keep it
What's
moving.
with the horror?
The Strangers franchise is the horror equivalent of someone knocking on your door just to see if you answer. Simple, mean, and weirdly effective. The entire appeal has always been randomness. No motive, no lore, just masked people ruining your night. Chapter 3 continues the new trilogy approach, which is interesting because the series famously worked best when it told you almost nothing. Every time they expand the mythology, fans get nervous. The moment you explain why the strangers do what they do, the fear drops off fast. That said, the first 2 chapters prove there's still an appetite for stripped-down home invasion horror. This movie exists because fear is cheap to produce, reliable at the box office, and doesn't require a cinematic universe. Yet. So,
nice.
I'm at this point where I'm excited. But can we acknowledge what makes strangers? They're strangers. They're strangers to you. What makes strangers interesting is that you don't know them. Like, oh my God, the fact that a stranger would just do this that's a real psycho. Yeah. And now I get to know them, their background. And if you don't create that world right, not only did you strip truly what made it creepy and horror, but now you've also tainted what you had that worked.
It's like immediately when they walk in, the first scene is they just immediately bust in through the door and they're like, hey, I'm Gary. Cuts straight to credits. No,
really, it's hi, I'm Gary, and then it cuts to Gary at 15. And it's like,
Gary, what went wrong for Gary?
we're learning about Gary.
Did you see the first two?
Dude, Gary will literally, this is how psychotic Gary is. Get this. He will douse a cake in liquor and mail it to your house.
That kooky Gary. And then it goes back and he's got his like little oven bake as a child.
Inside jokes.
And that's again, in your description of this, you mentioned it kind of loses the fear when you explain it. And going back to Silent Hill 2, that's the beauty of it, is you couldn't really make heads or tails of what was happening. That was part of the atmospheric scary. The fact that strangers are no longer strangers, it's kind of defeating the purpose. They should have just named it Strangers with a question mark.
Are they strangers anymore?
They should have made the 3 like a question mark.
Strangers or acquaintances? No, it should be acquaintances. And we're just getting closer and closer to pals.
That's a great cinematic universe. That honestly sounds amazing. Because I'd be, hey,
you got me.
First movie to last movie, didn't think you'd get here. Didn't think you'd get, he's in his wedding. The last movie, he's in his wedding. That'd be so good. Did you see the first 2?
I saw the first one.
How was it?
Really great.
Was it? Okay.
Like, it's a really great film.
Okay.
And that's why it's like, guys, don't screw this up. Because what made it so great is you're in your own home being invaded and stalked by literal strangers.
Yeah, it's an actual fear people have.
Yes.
Like you're playing on a legitimate fear.
And I'm not spoiling anything, because what makes the movie intense is that chase, the constant like run from these people, but tied up at the end of the movie when these people are standing in front of you, you are tied up in your own damn living room, and they get to look at you and go, yeah, no. Do I know you? Do I know you? Do I know you? Do I, what the?
Are they wearing masks? Or they
Yeah. And then they go, no, we were bored. And then they just literally, the movie ends with them just driving away in their pickup truck, just like, yeah,
got him.
And you're just like, what the fuck? Like, and again, I don't want to know who they are. That ruins then, like, unless you do it right. But then now it's a new story. That story is what I'm enjoying, not this. What makes this story different than whatever it is going to be different.
Right.
And it could be better, it could be worse, but it's different because this story is absolute strangers coming in, terrorizing you, turning you off, and skibbity-dooing out of here. And just gone into the night. No accountability. And because they're absolutely strangers, it's never catching up to them.
No.
So there's this looming fear that it's like,
did they leave them tied up in the house?
They're dead, dude.
Oh.
That's what I mean.
Oh.
They turn them off and gone. Just, we did it.
So you won't be in their wedding.
No wedding.
Okay. Oh, shit.
And then again, I'm assuming 2 was similarly like, just, hey,
another instance.
This is what we do. Pops likes baseball. We like doing other things with baseball bat. It's crazy, dude. It's a crazy. So I'm just fearful of where it's gonna go. But hey, Doug, did you ever watch Strangers?
Never.
All right. Thank you, Doug.
Thank you, Doug. Getting to a trilogy that just, or a trilogy, a quadruple, a sextuple G.
This makes me respect Saw, because didn't Saw have 10?
Yeah.
Scream didn't even get to that point yet.
We're at 7. We're getting close. Well, and it ain't stopping anytime soon.
No, why wouldn't you?
Scream 7 is now fully in the legacy horror soap opera phase of its life. The meta commentary about horror tropes has slowly turned into commentary about itself, which is impressive and slightly exhausting. This installment continues the post-reboot era where the franchise tries to balance nostalgia with new blood and occasionally fires actors midstream, causing very public behind-the-scenes drama. At this point, the real mystery isn't who Ghostface is, it's who's still under contract. The strength of Scream has always been self-awareness, but there's a fine line between clever and repetitive. fans will show up, masks will sell, and now that there's a Fortnite skin for Ghostface, Ghostface will live on forever because of it. With that being said, the only excitement I get for Scream as a character is Scary Movie 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's
the movie itself never did it for me.
oh, really? I love the first Scream. I think the first Scream is a classic.
Yeah, but again, I love horror movies in October, and so
coming out in February is very off-putting. I don't understand why they decide to do that. We've talked about 3 horror movies in a row now in January,
right? And so again,
there's literally a month for this.
Scream is always one of those movies that's I do enjoy Scream 1, and I've enjoyed the movies, but when it's Halloween and I'm in the spirit. By this time, like again, Scream, Ghostface is in its soap opera era. It's like I'm not following the story.
Literally,
this chick is being turned into. You brought up. This is like Michael Myers.
Yes.
This is who's the actress in that one?
Is it Jenna Ortega?
No,
I know she was in one of them.
No. I'm talking about the lady who's in like every single Halloween movie.
Oh. No,
she's
Jamie
in
Lee Curtis?
Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Well, she wasn't in Scream. She was in Halloween.
Halloween, yeah, right. Sorry.
Oh yes, no, they brought her back. They dug her fossil back up.
This is whoever this actress is.
Oh, Neve Campbell.
Yeah, she has now become the Jamie Lee Curtis of Scream.
Hey, you know what? For her, I love it. Why not? It's a paycheck. For her, it's a paycheck. It's for the people that are excited for this. You got to think. This started probably over 20 years from now, and they're still like, you want to hand me $5 million to play the same damn character again? Sure. Like, I would sign up for that immediately.
Especially in a world where nobody's handing you any money to do another character.
I can't think of anything else she was in, but yeah, son of a bitch, you got a job 20 years later for you. That's the thing. I don't mind actors who do that. Absolutely. Not at all. I actually admire them. Like, they dug Jamie Lee Curtis's fossil up multiple times to go back and be in a Halloween. Kudos, honey. Like, kudos. Why not? Like, come on.
Yeah.
It's great. It's someone will see it.
I agree.
Maybe just one. Someone's going to go to the theater.
Not us.
No, I mean, it's January or February, excuse me, when this comes out.
Even then, I don't think to keep up with the Kardashians, I probably won't even watch it when it makes it to a streaming platform.
You want to know the beauty is? I'm sure that movie has like a $20 million budget on it.
I would imagine a little bit more than that.
It's a scary movie. I mean,
30 million to 40 million. You were around.
I was like, dude, it's a low budget.
Tron Legacy.
No, it's a low budget horror movie. You don't put much into it. Meaning like just set building and costume designing. They're just people, and some guys gotta, like you said, the idea of like Ghostface, that would be a great plot point. Is if Ghostface, they made Ghostface like an actual person. It wasn't just a whodunit. It was actually like the what's up guy from Scary Movie writing a contract that people have him. Like they give him like, all right, you got to hit your quota of 10 this year, and they give him a contract for it, and he's just like an actual being now. That would be fun. That would be fun.
They're gonna get creative. They're gonna be just like Jason X, and they're gonna throw him into space.
Do it.
Do it.
Seriously. What is stopping you at this point?
Yeah, I agree.
Fast and Furious put rocket ships on cars.
I don't know, Doug. You a big Scream guy?
I remember Scream 3 came out when I turned 17, and that was like our movie I went to see. But other than that, never really got into Scream. Scary Movie, though, is really what I think of when I think of Scream. You nailed it in my mind there with that comment.
I think that's the thing. The first one is such a niche joy. Like, it's genuinely viewed as like a classic. And then the others after. The first 3 aren't bad. There's like a little story there. And then they tried to do the reboot a few years ago. And it's just whatever. I know they had Huey from The Boys in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he was one of the killers in one of them. Sorry, spoilers. I don't know which one, but whichever one he's in, he's the guy, apparently. And then they had Wednesday Addams in it. That's all I know. I haven't seen any of them past 3.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I've seen the first 3. And I've seen parts of the others when that, that season comes around and it's just like playing on television.
And that's the thing. I think they continuously bring these up every like 5 to 8 years for like the next era of teens that are now getting into high school and maybe did have a fondness as a young age because their brother put on Scream 1 and they were like, oh, that was really good.
Right.
That's what I think this is.
Yeah, I agree. Now, the next one is one that I am genuinely excited for. Double or Nothing. We're looking at Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. The original Ready or Not was a surprise hit because it was vicious, funny, and didn't overstay its welcome. Rich people, satanic rituals, and a bride covered in blood. What's not to like? The sequel faces the classic problem. The first movie worked because it was self-contained. So now the question is, how do you expand this concept without losing that bite? Early buzz suggests this leans harder into dark comedy and class satire, which is probably the smartest move. Horror comedies either evolve or collapse under their own cleverness. This keeps the tone sharp and the runtime tight. It could be one of the rare sequels that earns its existence. I don't know if you've seen the first one, but I have to say this was a great movie.
I honestly,
I'm not going to call it a film, a great movie.
You got to sell me on it because who even is in it? I'm sure
she's an angry lesbian. She would hate you and I, but
is it Kirsten Stewart?
What is it? Ready
or Not?
No, we're looking at Ready or Not, the first one. I can't remember her name because she hates me. She's gorgeous though. Come on now, Samara Weaving.
I don't know.
She was in the indie film where they went into space. You've definitely seen this movie. How do I go to her IMDb quickly? Boom. She was in. It was like 2020. Maybe I could go to. Oh, sorry, guys.
God, I can't see a damn thing with these glasses on. Smile.
No, I could have sworn it was 2020. Maybe it was 2015, but maybe I'm thinking of a different person. Man, wouldn't that be bad? It was an indie film. But anyway, she doesn't like, she's a hardcore liberal.
That's fine. That's fine.
So I'm saying
Just
she
be an
wouldn't hate
actress.
us, but she's gorgeous and she's great in this movie.
Hey, you know what? I'm glad you're excited for it.
Well, here's what I'll say. If there's something to take away from this, not to maybe necessarily get excited about this one, go watch the first one.
All right.
And then you'll be like, I will definitely go see the second one.
All right. Then don't talk on it too much.
I won't.
This might be when I come visit.
You really should. And for that, I would suggest everybody watch the first one if you haven't. It's a great, intense film. I really don't want to tell you much more. Here's the premise of the film is she gets invited to this dinner with her boyfriend, and the dinner is these super, super rich people brought her there for her sacrifice.
All right.
It's amazing.
I guess
she's got to get the hell out of that house.
I guess she may not have been ready.
Ready or not, they're looking for her.
All
Here we
right.
come. It's a crazy game of hide and go seek.
All righty.
So with that, this one, Doug, go to you. Woohoo!
Mario.
We got a Doug. The Super Mario Brothers movie 2.
Nice.
This is coming in April, and this is where the movies start really getting hot. The first Mario movie made an absurd amount of money, while critics shrugged and parents nodded approvingly. And that's all Nintendo needed to hear.
That's all they have ever needed to hear.
Amen. This sequel expands the universe across Mario Galaxy, which is by far my favorite Nintendo game.
Great.
More characters, more worlds, more setup for future movies in the Mario series with all the all-time great graphics. Because Nintendo finally cracked the code. Let Illumination handle the jokes, keep the plot simple, and protect the brand at all costs. The real story here is strategy. Nintendo isn't making movies, it's building a cinematic theme park. Expect safe storytelling, louder action, and zero risks, because when something makes $1 billion, experimentation becomes illegal. But they did great with the first movie, and Mario Galaxy can only take the fun to a greater height. So I'm totally fine with playing it safe and going that way.
That's great.
With that being said, this movie, dude, looks so good. I really don't know how I feel about Jack Black and his voice. His is better of Bowser than Chris Pratt. I think this is a terrible Mario voice. However, the movie delivers regardless.
Funny enough, the Chris Pratt thing didn't bother
Look at
me
that.
once we watched the movie. I actually, by the
Yeah, I
end of it, it kind
agree.
of won me over.
But then I saw the trailer again, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
well, I think that was obviously the big controversy, and it's funny
Look at
that
that, dude.
for as huge of a controversy, I completely overlooked it. It doesn't even bother me now. I cannot wait to see this. I'm
It
30.
looks
I'm going to be
so
32
good.
years old, and I cannot wait to see the Super Mario movie.
Now, as
Yeah.
someone who was a huge fan of Mario Galaxy,
So good.
this trailer alone looks like they delivered on it.
It's the smartest
perfectly.
route for them to go to. We're going to do Mario Galaxy. It's like genius.
Genius.
It's genius. You
Well,
did Super
hold on.
Mario World,
But
and now we're doing Super Mario Galaxy.
Here's where you could take this in many directions, which I'm sure they will eventually. You're going to have a Mario Party. You're going to have a Mario Kart probably before you have a Mario Party.
Dude.
Wait until the Smash Bros.
I was
movie
going to
comes
say,
out.
think bigger. Think bigger. Smash Bros.
When that movie comes out.
Oh, dude, they're making a Legend of Zelda movie.
Exactly. Well, they're building the worlds.
Yeah, they're building them.
Building the worlds.
And the funny part
I'll be
about-
curious, what characters do you think for setting up the platform for that Super Smash Bros. World? Because you're going to have to bring in all these people. I would imagine Mario Galaxy opens the door for that opportunity.
Well, you want to know what Mario Galaxy makes me think is coming
Yeah,
next?
who?
Metroid Prime. Samus.
Ooh, I think they're already on that.
I don't know if they are.
I think they
or
already
but if
are
they
in development of a Samus movie.
You know, so that'd
So
be great. Or
who-
Star Fox.
But I'm wondering, who do you think Galaxy can bring in? Is there anybody in the Mario world that we might see?
Not really. They're all pretty sectioned off when it comes down to that. You could argue you could bring in Sonic, but they already have Sonic movies.
Well, no, I don't even mean like that. A Mario character. Like I'm
Oh, like
thinking maybe
Rosalina.
Dr. Mario
Rosalina
or
is going to be in it for sure. She's 100% in it. She's gonna, I think she's being voiced by Brie Larson.
nice.
Nice.
Nice. Do you think she has good genes?
I do think she has very good genes.
Convenient. Mario Galaxy, gonna be great. Now let's get to one that who knows? Will, you might be thrilled. I've lived it. That's the cool thing about getting older. You just find yourself in that experience. The Devil Wears Prada 2. This is going to be coming out in May. This sequel exists for one reason. Everyone involved is old enough now to be terrifyingly powerful. The original film became a cultural touchstone, especially for millennials who now work in industries that absolutely overshadow Miranda Priestley. Meryl Streep returning for this. Meryl Streep returning is the biggest selling point because without her, this is just office email anxiety, the movie. Early reports suggest the sequel tackles modern media decline, influencer culture, and legacy power, which actually makes this one of the more justified sequels on the list. Yeah. If it's nostalgia, yes. But it's also one of the few times Hollywood is revisiting a property because the world genuinely changed. And that's how you do it. You do it right.
Honestly, I'm not excited for this movie, but I do like The Devil Wears Prada. It's a pretty good movie.
That's what I mean.
It's a pretty good movie.
And
I don't think
really
they're bringing-
screw it up.
I don't think they're bringing back Vinny Chase, but I think it's a pretty good movie.
But he looks the same age as he did when he
He
filmed it.
still
the
looks
first.
like Vinny Chase. That's my Aquaman. Put
That's
him
right.
in the movie.
Yeah, we actually are just here calling for Aquaman.
Yeah. I will not see this in theaters. I will definitely watch it when it's on streaming.
But you will watch it?
Oh, 100%. I did like the Devil Wear Prada. I actually avoided for the longest time of my adult life because I just thought it looked stupid. And then I watched it and I was like, wow, that was actually a pretty good movie.
I will say, when it came out, my sister was in love, obsessed.
Oh, I
favorite
completely
movie.
get it. I completely, as a young girl, I could completely understand why that could have been like a young girl's personality for the longest time growing up. But as an
Boss
adult, I didn't
bitch.
watch it. Actually, funny enough, I watched it hungover after Notre Dame tailgate with our buddy Latchford later in the day before he went out that night. It just happened to be on while he was still sleeping, and I watched it start to finish. And by the end of it, I was like, son of a bitch, that was a pretty good movie. I genuinely was surprised. Because I couldn't find the remote, so I couldn't change the channel. So, and I was just like too incapacitated to really start moving. I was like, all right. And about halfway through, I was like, I think I like The Devil Wears Prada. And then by the end of it, I was like, that was a good movie.
You know what? Dang it. I do love The Devil
You
Wears
want me
Prada.
over. You want me over, Meryl Streep. Well, I really do not care for Meryl Streep as an actress.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, she's fine. Everybody tells me she's amazing. She's great.
fair.
She was great in that. She was very good in that movie. That's what I will say.
Oh, I agree. I've seen it as well, but I was so young that it wasn't as impressed. Like, listen, dude, I was playing with my blocks as Allison's just glued to the TV.
It's definitely worth a revisit as an adult because you have a different
100%.
For me as an adult, I had a different view of it. I thought it was like a chick flick. Like I really did. And then I was watching it, I was like, oh, this is actually like a really good discussion on corporate America and really what it could kind of be like being in an environment like that, out of your element.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. So get excited because these are cinematic professionals. So
oh no,
you're
getting good actresses in this movie. Like
Yeah,
you're not half-assing it.
Who's the younger one in this picture?
She was Catwoman. God, I cannot think of her name.
Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway. Thank you. Anne
I'm
Hathaway has like 3 or 4 movies, I think, coming out this year. Like
she took a
she's
few years off
dominating.
and now she's coming back big.
She took a few years off. 2026 is a big year for Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, it's been a couple of years, but
we've been missing you.
She's completely bankable, and I think she's a great actress. I really enjoy Anne Hathaway.
Moving on to one that, you people, the audience, may not get as excited about. That's what kind of holds back this franchise, but I am thrilled for a new Mortal Kombat.
Yep.
And the Butcher
Butcher is in it.
is the main guy.
He's Johnny Cage.
You can't beat that. All right, so Mortal Kombat 2 coming out in May. Mortal Kombat 2 exists because the first reboot did exactly what it needed to do. It didn't embarrass itself. That's enough. Fans showed up, fatalities went viral, and Hollywood immediately said, great, now do it bigger. This sequel promises the actual Mortal Kombat tournament, which was noticeably missing from the first movie, and brings in fan favorite characters like Johnny Cage, a walking embodiment of studio ego and audience wish fulfillment. The challenge here is balance. Fans want brutal fights and faithful lore, but generally audiences need a movie that doesn't feel like a cutscene compilation. If they nail Cage's tone and keep the action practical, this could be one of the better video game sequels. If not, it'll still look great in GIF form.
It's literally the Mortal Kombat movie. Just enjoy it for what it is.
Enjoy it for what it is.
If you go in thinking, I don't think that's going to win any awards, you're actually a horrible human. Literally the Mortal Kombat movie. What are we talking about? It's going to be great. Carl Urban, who's way too old to be Johnny Cage, I'm sold.
Yeah,
I'm 100% sold.
Right. And you know what? He's a presence and he's a presence that could still deliver on the age isn't even a factor.
He's supposed to be like a mid-20s actor, and it's like in reality, he's like an aging star. Like he should be like on the back end of his career. Now he's being forced in Mortal Kombat. Right, do it. Bring it on, man. Sounds great.
Bring me to the
yeah.
Hello, my puppet.
Oh, I wonder if he's going to be doing an American accent.
He's going to have to.
I wonder if he is.
I hope so.
Johnny Cage could be Australian. Why couldn't he be?
Hello, mate. Put him up. Put him up. Get on over here. With the glasses. All right.
God, I have the glasses.
Cheers to Mortal Kombat. I will get more. This is a movie I will definitely try to go see in a theater. Now here's a big one, a big old whammy. I didn't even know was coming out and was a pleasant surprise, admittedly. I gotta go get the image. What the heck?
SpaghettiOs.
Skibbity toilet. We're gonna go to 15 today. So this is number 11 on the list.
Oh, okay.
Star Wars is coming out with a Mandalorian and Grogu movie.
What's with that poster picture, by the way?
It's very old Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get
Very
with it,
old
Doug.
Star Wars. That's
Get
what they're
with it.
going for. They're going for like the old Star Wars books, the old Star Wars posters.
The old Western style films that made it a good one.
Right. It looks I like the poster.
Right. Skibbity toilet.
It's Katarina.
I was just about to say it. Dude.
You're a funny guy. You're a funny guy. Star Wars, The Mandalorian, and Grogu. You can expect this coming out in May. I'm actually thrilled for a Mandalorian movie in theaters. This movie is proof that Disney finally figured out what Star Wars fans reliably show up for. A quiet guy, a helmet, and a small green creature committing light crimes. What started as prestige TV has now crossed into theaters, which feels less like creative ambition and more like brand consolidation. Grogu sells tickets, toys, backpacks, and probably mortgages at this point. The risk is scale. The Mandalorian worked because it felt small and personal. Turning that into a blockbuster means more noise, more cameos, and more lore, which is exactly what burned out audiences before with Disney's adaptations of Star Wars. This movie will make money, but whether it makes fans happy is a very different question. The scary movie, yeah, so that, duh. Fuck. Grogu.
I guess you breezed through that one. Go see it if you want.
Go see it if you want. No, you need to go see it because it looks amazing. I'm thrilled that they're doing this.
That's
wrong
definitely
one.
not
I was gonna say, I'm like, what
Rosalina.
This is going to be an amazing movie.
I hope.
You don't think it will?
I have zero faith in that whole entire thing. It's not the Mandalorian or Grogu. It's just the people in charge of it.
See,
I liked it when it was, not to cut you off, Doug, but I liked it when it was like a small, personal little story between the two of them, just kind of getting their little space misadventures. And then by the end, it became this, like you said, the instant they said like cameos and stuff, I started thinking like, oh God, who are they going to introduce in this movie? And now he's part of it. I bet you Darth Maul shows up at some point because why the hell not? And all that. Like it just like my cynical Star Wars brain just starts going. It's like, oh, okay, great. Yeah.
How are they going to ruin this?
How are they going to bring in something and be like, here's 4 more TV shows? And it'll be like, I think you missed the point. If the Mandalorian Grogu movie is simply they go to this planet because they need a gas. They need a gas for their damn ship. And then they get there and they find out there's no gas. And the only reason they could get the gas is they have to stop this like corporate overlord or something like in this town that's like kind of oppressing these small groups of people. And then they have like this little adventure and then they leave as like little heroes. And that's the movie. It sounds nice, personable. Because I just want to spend time with that little thing and the Mandalorian. The instant I see like Darth Maul or General Grievous or some person that they pulled out of the hat that they said needs to be in here, I'm just going to sit back and be, okay, cool. Can't wait for that.
Well,
now it's a limited series, 8 episodes coming out in
I'm
October.
sorry to tell you that both Maul and Grievous are dead by this point in the Star Wars timeline. So
Nope, they brought Grievous back. They brought Maul back.
Maul has been alive in lore since years ago, but he was killed off by Kenobi before the fall of the Empire. That is canon, Will. Canon.
They brought back Palpatine, so I don't give a shit what Mario just said. Like you, like absolutely irrelevant information just came from that corner.
Well, that's what happens when you have non-George Lucas writing crap.
That's literally the crux of Will's point.
Thank you. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Thank you for proving my point.
No, but like
honestly.
I have high hopes for it because the show I thought was good. I didn't like that Boba Fett show turned into okay. First 3 episodes are just filler until the Mandalorian shows up, but like, I think they'd be better off doing another season because you can do more with like 6 1-hour episodes than you can in one.
But again,
movie.
and the expectations are lower.
Yes.
So if you kind of flop, it was another season.
And that's the thing with the movie. If they just make this small, personable little Western movie with that little guy and the Mandalorian, and he just kind of sighs as he does something stupid, we'd all love it. We'd all be like, they're great together. Instead, they're going to bring out some shadowy figure who's going to be in charge of all the next TV show or the next season of The Mandalorian. And I'm going to want to actually harm myself in the theater.
I'm hoping
in Minecraft.
Thrawn comes back for it because Thrawn's been teased in the Ahsoka series, so I'm hoping Thrawn comes back.
He knows more lore accurate people that would actually show up. But like if he showed up and I sat back and I was like, who's that?
Oh,
I'd get pissed.
You would not hate Thrawn, Will. You would.
I'm not saying I would hate Thrawn. I'm just saying.
I don't know who Thrawn is. I'm not saying I'd hate Thrawn.
I'm not saying I'd hate him. I'm just saying like you just shoo in this guy just for Star Wars nerds, Doug. I love you, but like they'll look at me and be like, man, if you just watched 200 episodes of the Clone Wars, man, it would make so much more sense.
Skip Clone Wars.
That's great. Yeah. Let's add 150 hours of television to my life for the 2-hour movie to make more sense to me. That sounds amazing. Sounds so good. Oh my God. Why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I think of that?
Rebels.
You could have just made it a small personal movie with our 2 favorite guys getting into like some little mishaps.
What did you say, Doug?
It's all about the Star Wars Rebels TV show. That's
another TV show. Watch a TV show. Why not? You have the time. You have all the time.
Wait,
watch a TV
back
show.
to Doug's point. probably a reason why this should have been another season on a TV show.
That's what I mean. You're gonna have like people from this television show that most of the audience hasn't watched. A lot of these are going to be parents taking their kids because they're like, oh, they like it. I haven't seen it. And they're going to be sitting there and be like, yeah, he's having fun. Who is that? What's going on? Why should I care? Instead, it's just, no. You have it be like a Clint Eastwood Western where they just kind of mosey into this town on a bounty or something. They're going on a job, but it turns out to be a little bit more of a situation in this town where it's, oh, this guy is the underling to the actual main guy. And then it turns into like a Ocean's 11 style kind of bank heist or robbery where it's like, oh, this is fun. This is energetic. Instead, I'm envisioning a lot of explosions, a lot of over the top actions, Thrawn or whatever the hell his name is appearing. And it's, oh, get ready for the sequel. Now it's a trilogy.
Well, and I could bet you could guarantee, get excited, there will be a Bill Burr.
Billy Ballsack's back.
Bill Burr.
Billy Ballsack's back. He's gonna crack a joke or two, and it's gonna be, and people are gonna clap. They're gonna laugh. They're gonna stuck their hand bag in that big jug of popcorn and be like, "This is amazing." There's like more explosions and stuff, and it's just like, dude, I just want to smile. Nice little story with my guy with a helmet where I can't see his face, but I know exactly the expressions he made because that stupid little shit right there pulled a lever he shouldn't have, or he did it a little bit too quick, and the hijinks don't go quite the plan, but they still get it done. That sounds fun. That sounds fun.
And I don't need to see his face. I'm picturing what Pedro Pascal is doing.
The instant he smiles or sighs, I'll just be like, yeah, I would sigh too. If he literally, all right, don't push that button. Okay. I guess we got to hurry.
Well, and Will just spoiled the whole plot to the new movie Mandalorian and Grogu.
Literally, if you people see it and come back and be like, yeah, Thrawn and a bunch of other people, we didn't
Thrawn pushed the damn button with Grogu. It turned out a whole thing.
I just say back and be like, yeah.
You called it in January.
It could have been like just a really nice, like small little story and said there's explosions everywhere and all this stuff. And that's not what the Mandalorian show was. It was just these two on their little adventures, kind of. It was like literally like a father and son show, like just kind of this like little thing. And now it's a coming of age story. It's a beautiful coming of age story. And now it's now literally by the end of the trilogy that they're going to make for it, he's going to be Yoda's height and he's going to be a teenager going like teen Groot going like, I am Groot or something. Yeah. He's like, don't talk to me like that. And it's gonna be, like, that's what it's going to be. And I'm going to sit there and be like, what happened? What happened to this?
Disney happened.
And that's what's going to happen. No, I don't have faith. After the first two seasons, when they brought him back in a different television show, they completely lost me.
Boba Fett?
Yes. The instant they brought him back in that, I was like, yeah, you lost me. And everybody tells me I need to watch whichever one, the political thriller. Doug, you would know.
Andor?
That one.
Andor's awesome.
Nope,
and everybody tells me it's awesome, and I refuse to watch it because I hate giving them my views.
No,
you've lost my attention. I'm bored.
That's the problem. You've lost my attention.
Season 2 of Andor, though, Will. Oh,
I'm sure it's great. Everybody tells me it's great. They just start stroking themselves to it when they start talking about it. I don't care. I do not care. I hope people like it. I hope people like the movie. If you all listen to this and most of the stuff I'm saying is correct, is great. But if it ends up being like how I wanted it to be, please leave it in the comments because then I'll watch the damn movie because I'll be like, oh, this will be nice.
I personally do think the movie's going to deliver. It's not hard to deliver with this IP. I think because of the dynamic, it's like the Three Stooges. You could put the Three Stooges painting a house. You could put the Three Stooges working at a bakery. It's the chemistry and the whole dynamic that works. And they've left the story in an interesting spot. I don't know how much attention you may have given Boba Fett.
None.
And it not going past a season is what saved it.
Oh, 100%. Agree with that.
If it went any longer, it would have been declared trash, but it got kind of stale at the end, but it delivered and it was a short stay, so nobody despises it. The way it piggybacks off of kind of developing a longer universe or an expanded universe, I don't think it does any harm. Because you either liked it and it only benefited, or you walked away going, it wasn't bad. Nobody, I think, really hated it because it is a level of quality that some of these real stinkers that Disney has done recently with Star Wars, I don't think the Mandalorian section of this story is that. Boba Fett was satisfactory. Mandalorian is awesome.
I agree.
And so this last season, getting the black lightsaber and the development of that whole story left it where, again, put the Three Stooges in any of these space corners. It's going to be fun.
But I guess because I agree with your points there. I just wouldn't want the movie to continue that. I'd like the movie to be like a nice
Well, dude, here's what it's going to be. It's going to be like the Entourage movie.
Right.
It's going to be its own little chapter.
And that's what
instead of it being 6 episodes at an hour piece, it's 2.5 hours.
And I'm fine with that if that's what they do.
What else would it be?
Dude, it's Disney. I don't know.
Right? We don't know, but let's bind ourselves to some realism. It's most likely going to be that, and that would be good.
I don't know.
Sure. So we don't know.
I have zero faith.
And you don't have. I'm not going to sit here and argue that you have a reason that you should, but
the only
logic
faith
tells me
I'll give them, not to cut you off. I do think it was smart on Disney to wait a few years though to make another movie. I will give them that. I am surprised that this is a smart first movie to make after your last trilogy was an abomination.
Right.
This is the smart route to give yourself like 5 years. Do your TV shows. The TV shows seem to get stale outside of Andor in the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian. They took a nice amount of time to where I do believe that this will be a huge hit commercially at the theaters. That I'm not going to deny at all. Like this is the perfect first movie to do. They're going to have their little movie. It's going to bring in, I don't even know if it'll hit $1 billion, but it's going to bring in close to $1 billion. It wouldn't surprise me. Like it wouldn't surprise me.
There is no
and that's
doubt.
the thing. That's like, I think it was a smart move of them to give it that time to kind of build anticipation for a new Star Wars movie. For them to be like, all right, what IP should we use that we've made over the last few years? It's a good starting point to make more movies. This is the perfect one. So I will completely concede that point. I 100% believe that was the right move by them.
Doug, any rapid thoughts on the Mando movie?
I'm pretty excited for it. I have high hopes for it. It's also supposed to like pretty much judge if Ahsoka season 2 is going to be the last Star Wars Disney Plus TV series for a while too. So
and that's the thing. That's why
if it does bad, they're going to be holding off on stuff for a while.
And again, that's why I think it was smart to like kind of hold off. It's like, I think that you kind of got a Star Wars show fatigue. So I agree with Doug's point. And I think now is the right time to kind of dive into some movies, like kind of bring back some of these IPs, which is the first smart one to do. Don't do a new trilogy where you introduce a kid who somehow is like,
we're already doing that. They're bringing Rey
I
back.
understand, but like
Yeah,
to
but
not do
not
that
trilogy.
first is a smart move.
Yeah.
To do this first is a smarter move than, oh, it's another kid, and now there's another empire and stormtroopers are back. Don't do that. Don't retread that immediately after 5-6 years. It's way too soon. Doing Mandalorian and Grogu first, that's the smart move. I will give them that.
Test the waters.
Yes, absolutely.
So the next movie up, and I believe we're in June. We're looking at Scary Movie 6.
Nice.
Somehow, first we gotta get that banner up there.
I want to pause the thing. It's moving.
Yeah. Sorry, gang. Number 12. Scary Movie 6. I love that we finally got to this point.
Back too, because look at that picture.
Exactly.
I'm actually looking this up before you get into it. When was the last Scary Movie? It's been a minute now.
Oh, it's been a while.
So while you look that up, somehow Scary Movie has returned again to parody movies that already feel like parodies. That's the challenge here. Modern horror is already self-aware, ironic, and meta, which leaves very little oxygen for satire. This installment reportedly leans into legacy characters and nostalgic jokes, which is ironic for a franchise that used to mock nostalgia. But audiences are older now, and so are the references. Plus, the Wayans brothers needs an outlet to make themselves relevant again. If this works, it'll be because the jokes are fast, dumb, and relentless, but most importantly, because it doesn't hold back punches like the scary movies that came before it and gives us real comedy again. That doesn't deliver on that, it'll feel like watching someone explain memes from 5 years ago. Either way, it's comfort food comedy, empty calories but familiar, something the market has been starved of lately. So I'm excited for this movie. We do have a little bit of a clip here from the Wayans brothers. Here's Marlon Wayans, and they just wrapped filming.
Hey, Scary Movie 6 is wrapped?
Just finished rapping. We wrapped
In Atlanta?
2 weeks ago, a week ago. So I just got home from war, and it's going to be really funny. I'm back. Shorty's back, son. Shorty's back, son. Cindy's back, son.
Yeah.
We got
Who else?
Brenda, son.
Okay.
We got Ray is back.
Yeah.
I'm glad
And
they're bringing
looking
the
at
cast back.
backs. Son, this movie gonna be ill. This summer, June 12th, 2026. Go out and see it. Don't get the bootleg unless you get it from me.
But it's really
I looked it
fantastic
up. It was
back.
2013 was the last scary movie.
Wow.
So it's been over
Wow.
a decade. It's been over
Wow.
a decade.
No holds barred, man.
It's
We
gonna be crazy.
That's
take took the gloves off.
Wait,
We
so that
advanced
means
it?
they made that first 5 in a real quick span of time and then waited like
It was like
13
almost
years.
every year or every other year.
Yeah, that's
Actually, I think it was
crazy. how
longer. I think
quick.
the first scary movie, we were like middle school. Maybe?
2000, what, 4?
So yeah, I mean, we were middle schoolers. So within a decade, you made 5 movies. So every 2 years, they pop one out.
Yeah.
That's
And
not
then
bad.
waited 13.
Are
Smart.
we having fun?
Everybody gonna get some.
That's right.
We
That's
spread the
good.
love, and we just came out. We just wanted to have a good time. So that's
Good.
exactly what we
No
did.
restrictions.
Nah.
Who was the first call made to from the original cast to come back?
Anna and Regina.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's
Well,
dope.
my first call was to Sean
yeah.
and Keenan.
Mhm,
So I had to make sure that the 2 of them were down,
mhm.
and then it was like, all right, let's go. And then
Yeah.
first call was Anna and Regina, like simultaneously, because they both meant that much to the franchise.
Mhm.
And then after that, it was collecting little nuggets and jewels from the past movies.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the key is I hope they don't bury it in unnecessary nostalgia and they focus on the core of what makes Scary Movie great, which is just real jokes.
Dude, do you want me to age us really bad right now?
Sure.
The first scary movie came out in 2000.
That long ago.
So 26 years.
26 years.
I can tell
I was
you,
a dog. I thought
I
2004.
usually watched that at like 7 years old. So that makes
I was
sense.
it was like every year. I was like, dude, I remember being a child watching the first one, going, "This is
when
something."
when Scream just stabs her in the chest and pulls that balloon out.
Yeah.
Dude, as a kid, I was losing my mind. Whoa! I mean, those were great, and you just ruined them.
It was, yeah, man, it was a really great. And again, if you look at the Rotten Tomatoes score for these movies, they're awful. But man,
But you know
we
what?
enjoyed the hell out of
What
them.
is Rotten Tomatoes then when it could be a movie that none of us are going to say deserve an Oscar, but yes, all of us are going to say we're a fabric to our youth and I think our pinnacle movies within comedy and just in the movie sphere.
And
like-
especially it's spoofed. They had spoofs of scary movies,
Dude,
too.
well, right.
literally.
Like think of horror. What is horror without what is horror through the 20th century without Scary Movie every year taking the amalgamation of the last year and a half of horror movies and combining them all into one unique story. The greatest part was seeing how all these movies found their way into a storyline
Mhm.
and it was all just cartoonish
Oh yeah,
satire and
it
jokes.
was literally like an
And-
hour and a half Looney Tunes horror movie. They were perfect.
To somehow have how did we end up in this Chinese person's house? Also, they could recreate what was it? It was one of I think it was Ring.
The Ring, yeah.
And it's the kid, this little Asian kid who's just like, oh, the teriyaki. The way she's
Yes!
talking to this kid, and you're just like, you couldn't make jokes like that anymore.
No.
So that's your problem, Marlon Wayans, is it's a type of comedy that we were all raised on, and the appetite is there. It dominates. However, you can't get away with it socially like you used to. So similar to the Silent Hill point that you made, where it's like the stakes are high, and if you can't do the comedy we're signing up for, like the comedy that we came to this movie for, then you really shouldn't do it at all. So I hope they stay true to that and not just think they could get away with burying us in nostalgia and old references.
I'll know this movie's good if I don't see it like the first day or two and I see people on Twitter saying cancel this movie because it hurt their feelings. That's when I know it'll be a good movie.
Yeah, right. Then I'll be there.
Then I'll be there the next day. I'll be like, I need to see what was possibly done in this movie to piss a lot of people off.
I agree. So, Doug, you excited for Scary Movie?
I actually am. It's been a while since I even thought about Scary Movie, but now I'm probably gonna go home and try to watch some of the older ones.
Yes.
Well, you got to think it's been 13 years.
Yeah.
And the fact that, like, Doug, you said 2004, and I was
Wait,
like,
wait,
that sounds about
13
right.
years since
the last
the fifth one.
And then
Yeah.
it's been 26 years since the original. And
And I'm sorry, the original takes the cake.
the original is a masterpiece.
It
It's
is.
a masterpiece.
And it is more of a film than it
Oh,
is the
100%.
rest of these are movies.
Yes.
I'm excited for it. Couldn't be more eager to get into it. Now let's get into number 13 on the list. Toy Story 5 lives on forever. This is coming in June of 2026. Toy Story 5 exists because Pixar discovered something uncomfortable. Saying goodbye is less profitable than reopening the door. The fourth movie already felt like a perfect ending, and so did the third movie, which means this one carries emotional debt before it even starts. Pixar insists there's a new story worth telling, and to be fair, they've earned some trust. Expect tears, beautiful animation, and at least one moment designed to emotionally ambush parents.
You know what? It kind of goes to the point I said before, where it feels like because there's no new ideas anymore, unfortunately. That's why we're doing this entire review. It's just you have every few years, it seems like they need to reboot some of these franchises because there's now, again, our generation is now having kids. So this is their kids' Toy Stories. I saw an article about this that the villain is literally, I'm pretty sure it's like a tablet. Like that's the main villain of the story or part of it.
Yeah, look at it. That's it. Oh my
Yes.
God, you're right.
So again,
I'm going to tell you, I love that.
that's what I mean. Like it's genuinely like I understand the idea behind it.
Holy
why they would
cow,
make
I
another
love
one.
that.
So for me, it's like Toy Story.
Wow, dude, you just made me, I didn't even know what I was looking at. I'm like, what is this, a mirror?
No, it's a tablet.
That's awesome.
So again, for me, it's
You got me.
for us. It'll always be Toy Story 1, 2, 3 because I remember when
Do you know how kooky it's going to feel? Like, it felt a little kooky the last time, too.
it did.
like
It felt weird. It felt like they're bringing it back.
32-year-old. Shit, what is this, June? I'll still be 32.
Yo, you know, hey, don't age yourself. Don't
Not
age yourself.
33 yet. I'll be 32 with my, oh man, in a month after that, she'll be 30. Damn, the little bitch sister. She's going to be 29. I'm going to be 32. And we're going to be walking to a movie theater with our parents to go watch this movie because they did that for the last all of them, really, literally all of them. But the last three, it was like, well, we got to do it. And it's like, fine, I'll go do it. And every time you're like, you know what? That was good. The last one, it was like, you know what? That was the third one would have been the perfect ending.
Well,
The
that's
fourth
why-
one was like, you didn't ruin this. And I think with this concept, the fact that parents are replacing parenting with iPads and these things plague us, it's taking the youthful reality we were raised in and directly combating it with this modern slop.
Right. It's like it's a smart idea.
Brilliant.
They definitely the people who are still making these Toy Story movies definitely have a fondness for them. For us, our trilogy will always be the first three because I remember when the third one came out, it was literally, I'm pretty sure, the summer. Us three were going to college. It was
Right.
the perfect timing.
It was.
To which then the next one didn't come out for a couple years later, and I'm thinking in my head, I was like, well, that's a good time. Kids our age are actually starting to have kids.
Yes.
They'll be a few years old when they first see this one, and then I bet you they make another one. And then when I found out it's a tablet, I'm like, that's genius. That's actually
Genius. You blew up my world. I didn't know
The
that.
people making these movies are actually paying attention to how parenting is now and the way kids are interacting with toys to where how they used to. I guarantee you there will be a scene where like the older brother's playing like a Fortnite knockoff or something like that. Now he no longer plays with his toys, and Woody, Buzz, and the whole plastic gang got to try and reinvigorate their worth and reinvigorate the children's imagination of playing with toys and stuff like that. And then I bet you the sixth one will be back to potentially them graduating again.
Doug, no reaction to Toy Story 5?
I mean, I kind of agree with what you said, which is like Toy Story 3, I feel like could have been a good end. I never saw 4.
Oh, you should.
But
It
I
actually was
like
good.
the plot of this fifth one because tablets and raising kids is a big thing. So it's like they nailed it with that.
The fourth one was pretty good.
It
pretty-
was.
I think the thing is, it's like we don't view it necessarily quite as good as 1, 2, 3 because that's so nostalgic to us that it just won't hit us at its core. But I guarantee you, like young kids now love Toy Story 4.
Yes.
Like that's their first Toy Story. They went to see it in theaters. They loved it because they already saw the first three. Again, the beauty with the Toy Story movies is as you move through 1, 2, 3, we as children internalize it different because we had been grown up also.
Right.
I understood Andy's departure more because I was actually going through something like that. Whereas
Right.
Toy Story 1 is just sort of, oh yeah, I still have this imagine I could pick up a stick and it's a lightsaber. And that's the beauty of these new Toy Stories. And that's why sometimes when they do these reboots, it is smart. This doesn't feel like a cash grab. This actually feels
Not
like
at
a
all.
genuine idea. Their only cash grab-esque part is I just look at Pixar and be like, you have no real original ideas anymore. But Toy Story is the perfect avenue to continue doing something like this. Like if they came out this year and said, oh, we're doing another Monsters Inc., I'd be, oh, okay, so you've completely run out of ideas. This I could at least look and be like, okay, you're doing another trilogy. You're doing this now generation of parents trilogy for their kids. Again, it's for the Disney. It should be for the kids.
Right.
This is for, I took my kid to see 4 and then 5, and then I bet you 6 will come out in 2029 or 2030. And these kids will be considering they'll either be going into high school or graduating high school, and it'll have a different meaning for those kids and also those parents as well. For us now, it doesn't have that quite feel because we don't have kids, but I can appreciate what they're doing because I think it's smart creatively.
Oh, brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. All right, we're going to get to our last movie of the evening. This is a long list, so we're going to have to continue the other half.
I love a part 2.
Picking it up. Yeah, we're going to have to do
Hey,
a
we
part
have a
2.
sequel to this already, man.
You had to do a sequel
Mhm.
to the series of sequels.
I don't think we'll be Super Troopers next time. We should coordinate something different next time.
We have to.
Yeah, we have
If
to.
the second half is going to...
Doug, you got to be
literally-
Luigi. Doug has to be Luigi for the next one, though. I don't care.
No, actually, Doug, you got lucky because this next movie, I have the goggles here. I was gonna try to have to make you be a minion. This one, I gotta say, I gotta hand it to the minions. They're gonna have fun with this one.
Before you get into it, can I ask a question real quick, though? Did the Minions ever work for you?
What do you mean?
Like, is it like an animated character? Did the Minions ever hit? Did you ever like the Minions?
Let's deliver Minions 3 and then we'll have a whole talk about the Minions. Minions 3. The Minions, this is coming in July. The Minions are less characters and more of a force of nature. They don't age, they don't evolve, and they don't care what critics think. They exist to fall down, yell nonsense, and print money. The third installment proves that chaos is a business model. Kids love them, parents tolerate them, and Universal Studios deeply appreciates the profit margins. There's no risk here, no innovation, and absolutely no reason to stop. At this point, Minions aren't a franchise. They're an infrastructure, like roads or taxes. You may not love them, but you will fund them.
Okay, I'm sorry. You answered my question. That second paragraph answered my question on Minions because they never worked for me. But once you call them infrastructure, I was like, I get it now.
Yep.
I get it now.
And here's the truth about the Minions. Banana. They are funny. Like here's the deal. You see it on its surface, just yellow,
Gibberish speaking.
right. Well, and it's
Gremlins.
it's like cartoonish isn't right because animation is literally cartoonish, but it's like so caricature-esque that you would naturally poo-poo it if you weren't a child. I want to acknowledge that the first Despicable Me comes out and we're in high school.
I did like this.
High school is being a child.
Mhm.
My girlfriend at the time was obsessed with the Minions in Despicable Me. So a side background entity, not even a character, it's a hive, a mob. The entity of Minions stole the hearts of these young girls and young kids. And admittedly, having been forced, it's the only way I'd found myself on that couch in her basement at 9 p.m. But if I had to find watch that damn movie one more time, we'll do it.
Yeah,
and
gotta do it.
admittedly, it's funny. Here's another thing. I'm a big Universal Studios guy.
Absolutely.
That ride is great.
I've heard
that ride started off the best.
Okay.
Scooby-Doo. It was a Scooby-Doo ride. I remember being 5. Really, yeah, it was Scooby-Doo. then it was Jimmy Neutron, then it was SpongeBob. Now it's the Minions, and it will never stop being the Minions. Admittedly, that ride slaps.
Does it? Okay.
And every time I ride it, it's like, shit hasn't changed at all. Technology is the exact same technology of 15 years ago, and it's still great. It's just fun. When you sign up for this, you're not learning anything. You're not feeling anything like beyond just you're gonna laugh. These things, it's just your dad back in 1998 would get the paper. He'd read the business section, the news, the sports section, and I don't know about you, but every once in a while, peruse the comics.
Uh-huh.
That's what this is.
Okay.
This is that break.
Okay.
And if you have kids, you don't have to have any investment in what was the storyline before. Dude, it's Minions.
Okay.
Just sit down, get through the concessions, and your kid will
Banana.
be baby banana. Just hypnotized for 2 hours, shut up, didn't say a word, the greatest babysitting ever, and going back to Toy Story 5, lock it in. I got another babysitter for the iPad coming up. Because I can just throw this bitch in front of him and he'll shut up.
Okay. I guess for me, like, I really like Despicable Me 1 and 2. I like the Minions in the movie. I just didn't care. I guess it didn't appeal for me, the idea of them having their own movie.
Well, and so here you
And
go.
I guess that was the thing.
You
like,
got
just never
Kevin
fit
and
for me.
Paul and these characters. They have names that, one, they're incredibly easy to interchange. Like throughout the story, another one could come in and out. There's infinite, but there's a steady like 3 or 4. He's just like, Kevin's just here for the day.
So they're like the
And-
penguins from Madagascar,
Yes.
except there's a ton of them.
Yes.
Okay.
And there's the main penguins, and then there's the rest. And it kind of, but this is fun, dude. Making the Fantastic Four of Minions. That's what this is. So these Minions get caught up in an experiment, and look at you've got the Thing. This is going to be a blast.
And again, I don't mean to hate on them because I really don't. I guess I just don't get I just never really got the appeal.
Well, that's why I was like,
and that's for me. It's like, hey, like, did it work for you? Because for me, it's like I didn't quite get it. And then when you called them infrastructure, I was like, yeah, I guess that's kind of how I view them. They're like a pothole or like a bank or something like that. They're just everywhere. And then you're like, there's Paul, there's Jerry, there's Gary, there's Frank, and I'm like, they have names. I genuinely, but like in Despicable Me, they work because I was like, I get it. They're the henchmen.
yes.
There's like more of like, I guess for me, like a narrative to where I was able to kind of follow them. And then they'd come in and they do their little banana and I'd laugh. Like I'd be like, oh, that's funny. But then I guess the idea of like a movie where it's just like, there's no dialogue, just banana and probably just a bunch of other gibberish things being said. Just knowing for you to be like, dude, this is the Fantastic Four of them. For me, it's like, okay, I get it. I get why people would really like these. And for them, I don't mean to hate on it. Like, I don't want you people to enjoy it. This is one of those, it's like, no. This has its audience. I'm glad you like it. I just do not get it. And maybe that's the old curmudgeon in me. It very well could be. If you haven't got it by now, I'm pretty cynical when it comes to
Here's
movies.
what I'll ask. Have you ever caught a buzz and watched the Lego movie?
No.
You're missing out. Because I was going to say, this is that.
Okay. But
Like, it's just one of those.
I think
you
I
do
watched
the
the first one, not the Batman one. I think I
The
watched
Batman
first
ones
one.
are the best ones.
I think I watched the first.
Actually, I haven't really seen any of them, but the Batman ones. Who's the guy that does the voice of that, Doug? Do you know?
BoJack Horseman. I know.
Yeah, it
exactly
is
what you're talking
BoJack
about.
Horseman and Arrested Development guy.
Yes, I know
But-
exactly what you're talking about.
Those were great. I don't even want to take away from that. But again, I was also 10 years younger. So
But and I guess that's the thing. And it's like, for me, does it appeal to me? Obviously not. For those that it does, I hope they're excited. I hope they're happy. I hope they're there day one. Like I really am. I just had to ask for you because I felt like you do enjoy the Minions. I feel like Doug doesn't
here's what
enjoy
I'll
the Minions.
say.
Doug, do you enjoy the Minions?
No.
Okay. See, like I was just like, I feel like I'm not alone when I'm like looking at this. Going,
Here's
like,
what I'm
there's
gonna
a third
admit.
one.
that I should never admit, especially on something that will be recorded and kept. There is a 50-50, 51, 60. There's a 60% chance I'm going to see this movie.
That's fine.
Not in a theater.
I want you to. No,
Not in a
after
theater.
this-
But I'm gonna probably eventually see this movie just as like a put it on the side while I'm playing Fortnite.
To be honest, I want us to do a year-end recap after we do the second part
That
too,
could be fun.
where we talk about some of these movies that we have seen. Because I'm not going to go see this, but I want to hear. I won't even want you to tell me about it when you see it. I want you to literally, because I won't even know when this comes out. Like this will like come and go like a fart in the wind.
July.
I won't even have an conceptual understanding. I want us to do a year-end review of the movies that we talked about on this list, just for you to tell me about it, just for you to be like, it was amazing. Like I actually enjoy the hell out of it. I may have watched it like 2 or 3 times. I would love to hear that. Like it's genuinely for me. As you were going into this movie, you're like, I know everybody's excited for this. And I'm like, there's literally 2/3 of the audience here that are like, we're about to talk about the Minions movie. And
understand Universal Studios is a movie studio of Hollywood. This is a legendary studio. Goes back the longest.
Yeah,
Been here forever. This is their money. This is their shit. Like as you say that, it's like, of the biggest studios, this is their thing.
And for me, it blows my mind.
It's hilarious.
I don't get it.
A studio that dominated, like literally took over Hollywood by creating the first movie monsters ever. Wolfman, Frankenstein, Dracula. Those are your stories. You own them. You've created an entire cinema industry on the back of them. And you're like, fast forward
80 years.
Play out this timeline, yeah, like 100 years, and we're going with these guys.
We're going with banana.
Banana.
Like for me, it's just like I admire them. The second paragraph of what you said, I was like, I admit they are a force to be reckoned with. I would not cross the Minions.
No, don't.
I would,
because they wouldn't even be organized and tactful in defeating you, but they would accidentally defeat you.
And they wouldn't be empathetic about it at all. They wouldn't care for my feelings. Like I
look at that big guy turn into a rock.
I
You see his face?
I fear the Minions.
No empathy.
I fear the Minions. I do. I have a genuine fear for them. I guess just I'm talking to my 32-year-old friend here who is thrilled for the July 2026 premiere of the Minions 3. And for me, like again, it's the third Minions movie, and I know they were in Despicable 1, 2, and 3. So for me, it's like, okay, they're their own universe. They're their own.
Well, what you don't realize is Gru. He's like the present. The Minions have been living on forever. So they had an evil villain master that preceded Gru. And so they've lived through the Egyptian times. This is a IP of infinity.
So there is a timeline where the Minions built the pyramid.
You should go see Minions 1. It's pretty good.
You're almost.
Banana.
You're almost. Oh my God.
Here's what I'll say. How many of the Despicable Me's do I play in? But the Minions, you got me.
Son of a bitch. I'm a cinephile and you're selling me on the Minions trilogy.
You got to watch the first one. If it's gonna be an expanding world and a conquering IP, just at least watch the first one so you can be like, I can see what the content is. You could either go, it is generic McNugget slop, or there's some secret sauce in there.
Yeah,
it's Schindler's List.
It's something revolutionary.
Holy shit, it's Forrest Gump.
Oh my God, it's Saving Private Ryan. I never thought I'd be here. I've met other Minion people who are like, they like you, live or die. Hey, have you seen it? No. Gotta see it. It's like him with One Piece. It's like, you gotta watch it. And I'm just like, all right,
here's what I look forward to is I think I may have planted enough of a minor little baby seed that one day you'll be buzzed and bored. You'll be like, let's throw the first one on. And then here's what I'm expecting. The 30-minute pee break where you're like standing over the toilet and you're like, pause the movie. You're, shit, I'm liking this.
Yeah. That's actually a fear. That's actually a fear I have. That was like me with Devil Wears Prada. I was like an hour in. I was like, son of a bitch. I think this has been a gem I've been sleeping on. I think I've been sleeping on this gem. Yeah. Like it's such a bizarre idea. It's especially knowing, like you said, they were a background character. And now why would I make another Despicable Me movie? Like, why would I?
Because it prints money. Turn the machine on.
And like I know that about. I would see Minions everywhere. There was an era in my life. Now I'm indifferent about them, but there was an era in my life I looked at Minions like I look at Disney adults, where it would just be like a seething red.
Well, and let's also agree, what has benefited the franchise more than anything makes a perfect group costume. It's dominated females in Halloween. It's easy, it's quirky, it's fun. The fact that people can like really indulge in that way has, dude, girls at frat parties in Minion outfits, very common. So that's just like it's kind of like, what was the video game with the Tyler Robinson kid? What was that whole thing?
Hollow Knight. No, not Hollow Knight. Deltarune.
Deltarune. How that game grew a life of its own, and like people are making, that's kind of what the Minions have become too, where it's like it's gotten a life of its own in and outside of the movie, where like in reality people live it, dress it up.
I just imagine you at
It's like
32 going to a movie theater with
No, don't imagine that.
literally endless
Nope.
children.
It's going to
As
be
your
this much missing from the bottle in my living room, where I can pause and potty break as much as I need.
just sit back, hits play, sits back. Look at Kevin.
Banana. Banana.
I'll make a deal with you. If I end up watching the first two and like it, we have to go see this.
Oh,
in
I would go
theaters.
if that was the case. If you ended up getting One Piece by this, you're like, shit, I love it. I would go. And then we'd do a show on it.
Our Tuesday live show, Brad Richardson tunes in and we talk for 2 hours about the Minion movie.
We lost the one guy listening to the show.
We just see the viewer. And then
But the Minions were great and it was worth it.
oh, okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, I would love to do a end of year recap after we do the second part.
We definitely will.
Because that I think I'm sold on Minions. Holy shit.
With that being said, we are at the halfway point of today's list. So, Will and I were fully committed to a movie we're going to keep on the back burner. I'm not even going to say its name because it will build the anticipation and excitement going into this Sunday. So, the reason we did our reaction show this Thursday, because we were having internet issues and we missed our last Sunday's episode. And we're never going to miss them. We're going to keep them up for you. So, be sure to join us this Sunday, where we'll continue the second half of this list. We got 13 lined up, the sequels that you can expect for the second half of 2026. And let's just say it up front. All the great movies are even stacked and saved for the back half. It's only going to get better.
Well, it's funny you mentioned Minions movie. It's like I said before, like we started off with the January list and it was absolute dog
Yeah.
poop. But now you're getting into your summer blockbusters and it's Minions 3 is leading off. So I'm like, yeah, they do save their best high budget, not even high budget, but like
Low
high box
budget,
office,
big.
high box office
grossing.
movies they save for the summer. So it is kind of comical. We ended on Toy Story and Minions 3.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
So be sure to like and subscribe. If we had some fun with you tonight, be sure to do that. Help us out. Subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss us in the future. But like I said, we're going to be here next Sunday. So, and tomorrow, if you like our Sunday football review, it's not going to be Sunday this week. We're going to be doing week 18 and week 19 combined this Friday at 7 p.m. So be sure to join us for the Sunday football review on Friday. But otherwise, you can find all of our content in one central place, and that's at our website at www.rethinktankpodcast.com. So be sure to head on over there. But otherwise, we'll catch you next week. Peace.